Everyone can enjoy the pipe organ with Super Pipe Organ. Sponsors Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Thomas Senior.
And I'm Joe Watson, and welcome to episode 1 in series 5 of Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza.
Yes, it's series 5, and in this new series we're including even more than ever before.
Oh yes, we're going on tour around the Fylde coast to different churches. Today we're in our first church, which we can't tell you the location of.
But it's got a beautiful organ.
Beautiful organ. Episode 2 we're going to Bisping Methodist Church. And finally we'll be returning home.
To Rossall School, where we're going to play on the magnificent organ that's featured in all the series up to now of Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza.
But today we bring to you new hymns and new pieces.
So stay tuned and keep watching
Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza.
Thank you.
Bark pieces have featured a lot in each series, and series 5 of Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza is no exception.
Right, it's now time to hear a full piece played on this magnificent instrument, and today for you I'm going to play a new piece never before heard on Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza. It's a new piece and you'll never guess who it's by. You'll never get this. Who it's by? Who is it by? Bach. Yes, correct. One of the most famous composers of all time. Bach piece. It's a lovely piece and it's got a similar title to the one featured in series 1. It's got the word goats in. And yes, it's. I'm not going to say the title of the piece because it's quite hard to pronounce, but I'll have a go. O lamb goats, unskuldig. That's my attempt of it. So here we are. Let's hear it on this magnificent instrument. Here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, new for this series, Thomas & Joe's Console Navigation.
Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to me, the famous Thomas Senior, and the one and only Joe Watson here of Series 5 of Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza. Now today we are in an amazing Catholic church today, ladies and gentlemen. We can't tell you the location, but it's a beautiful church with a very distinctive organ. Now if you look at this organ here, we don't know what make it is because it doesn't state, but whatever make it is, it's one good make. And it's a bit different to the organs we've been featuring in the other series, but this one is the first one we've ever done with a 2-manual organ. Now, You may think, well, 2 manual must be not as good as 3 manual, but actually this has got some power, it really has. So let's have a look at the manuals. Now, the manuals are a very similar size to the one at Rossall School, and the ones are featured on tours such as Chelmsford Cathedral and in Washington. Well, Washington was slightly bigger. And it's just a lovely sound. If I just play some for you, I've got the submitter. It's a wonderful sound. You see that it's really, really loud, and there's more power than ever before. If you go on here, the stops are very different actually, because there's no pistons on here which are underneath here. It's just these stops here. But although there's not a lot of stops, there's still a big amount of power to come here. And I'm now going to hand over to my other colleague presenter, Mr. Joe Watson, for another tour of some more features of this magnificent organ. So over to Joe.
So as you can see, we do have 2 manuals, but there's no way of coupling the manuals together. Now this is because the stops are actually the same. The stopped diapason sounds the same on there as it does on here. Exactly the same pitch, the same tone. This is because actually these are the same pipes. Now the reason they've got this is so you can cross over like that. So these are the same. So the open diapason, the stopped diapason, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same. So there's only 4 stops on the grate that aren't on there, so it doesn't really matter that you can't couple. Now the pedal has only got one 16 foot, it's got an 8 foot, and then it takes 2 4-foots off the grate. Now one other thing to notice is that there's no swell box, but the whole organ is enclosed. So when you close that, the sound is much quieter. When you open it, it's a lot louder, and it makes a real difference if you've got full organ. That's open. Close it, and you can see this is how it is on a proper organ. You can see the mechanism in there and how to open these flaps. You may remember in series 2 we went to the Rossall Chapel organ, and this is how it operates. So this is the pipe organ tour, and well, if you can get down here I would, because it's just superb. Thank you very much.
Everyone can enjoy the pipe organ with Super Pipe Organ. Sponsors Thomas & Joe's Organ Extravaganza.